Welcome, everybody, to episode 4 of No Drama, No Trauma, helping our kids thrive through school. This is Debbie Mann from Turn the Page LLC, and I am Jessica Bush from Tutor Doctor of North Jersey. Welcome, Debbie.
Hi, so good to be here again. Such tough times for students and teachers and mental health. Glad we're having this talk today.
Yeah, so I think we're going to talk about what's going on in school. Because it's shifting again and through COVID. And Debbie, what are you seeing in your practice?
Well, so, I see a lot of shifts in terms of how schools are actually operating. And so where normally students would find respite in the consistency of a school schedule, the constancy of the staff, now we're finding that teachers are overwhelmed, out sick a lot of the time, lots of substitutes, lots of filling in. So the students really aren't getting the constancy and consistency that they once did. And I think there's just this tension buzz kind of everywhere in terms of, what to expect today, both from a staff perspective, administrative perspective, transportation perspective. And then the students, what is their role in all of this? And what will the expectation be for work that they're doing or the routines that they once knew?
Yeah. And how does that reflect in your kids' work, and in your kids' stress level? And I think that for me, I would just like to say, we support you teachers out there and your parents, and if we need to be there to support teachers and families in any way we can, right? That's what we're there for. So typically, in our tutoring, we ask the family if we can connect with the teacher. But teachers out there, if you need to connect with us and you need extra support from all, from Debbie, from me, from all of us, I think that we need to put it out there that we're here for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the mental health system is really inundated right now, both with students, for sure, children and adolescents, but also those who are supporting them. I mean, I feel for these school systems that are just so stressed right now, so strained to try and meet the needs. But they're working on limited amounts of people and people get sick. And I mean, there's only so much you can do as one person and spreading themselves thin. And I just think, maybe it's worth taking a look at some of the expectations we've had for teachers and administrators, and maybe making some shifts. I was talking to some teachers not that long ago who said they don't even have their prep periods anymore. They don't have the breaks that they once did. So, I mean, I think shifting our expectations in terms of paperwork and lesson plans, where it's possible. Of course, we still want to give our kids the best education we can, but I mean, mental health is such an important part of development for children. So to help the environment be as calm as possible, even if that means lifting some of the rigid rules and restrictions that teachers have, right? I mean, certainly if they're not well enough to be in school to teach, then I wonder how much, they're able to do at home even when they don't feel well or have sick family members.
Right. And that ties into lifting family expectations to a certain extent, and we had always talked about, as we went back into school in September, being a little more relaxed on our expectations of what to expect from our kids. But I'm hearing from a lot of kids that they're getting a lot of work, so they feel stressed as far as the amount of work they're getting. Maybe it's busy work, I don't know, but it's still work that they are graded on and they have to come through and submit. And I've seen kids that are just not submitting again, they're just not submitting work. So, and how do we deal with that and support them as far as, helping them sort of get back on track with that? So on one hand, we're trying to relax our expectations, but on the other hand, they're still having to submit a lot of work, and that's a challenge that I see.
It really is. And, so teachers have, certain things they have to meet, right? So they have to give so many gradable assignments, I think, to students from what I understand. I'm not a teacher, I'm a mental health practitioner, but this is what I understand from the teachers that I talk to. And then the students feel like, I don't know, I didn't feel like I learned this, but I'm being tested on it. And
Yes,
so now they're feeling very stressed and then wanting to meet with teachers, but teachers are out sick. And it just is a vicious cycle right now during this pandemic. So I
yes,
think partnering with people like Tutor Doctor and partnering with mental health practitioners can be really helpful to the whole system,
absolutely. And we're here for you guys. And I just want also teachers out there to know that we're your partner, we're not against you. We're with you here. And
Yeah.
I think that if we could all work together to help these kids out there,
Mhm.
that's our main message.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And I think that, from sort of like a higher level perspective, if districts can find ways to be supportive of teachers, like in different ways than maybe we have before, at least during this pandemic, right? And I don't know what that looks like exactly. Is it that you hold, mini meetings? Is it that you bring in mental health practitioners to have, some meetings with teachers just to allow them to
Give support.
just give
Yeah.
support? Is it shifting rules? Is it finding time to give them preps when their preps got taken away from them because they're covering a class? I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I think being thoughtful about the need is really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Great.
I think our message today is we want to support in the best way we can. We want to think about what the teachers need, what administrators need, so that our kids get what they need too.
Absolutely. And
That
we're always here for parents and kids,
Mhm.
and if that means, helping to reach out to your teachers or helping to get on a child study team meeting, for me anyway, or, a guidance counselor meeting, we're happy to do that.
I think also looking for the resources that are out there. I mean, there are grants out there and there are resources out there during this pandemic where districts are actually getting mental health practitioners to come in, even if it's a few hours a week, to meet with students or meet with staff or run little groups. Like, this is happening. I know I'm part of one district that's doing it.
It's so important.
Yeah, so just kind of like thinking outside the box and looking for resources to support your districts, I think is really
A
important.
great point. Great
Mhm.
point. Well, thank you all. If anyone has questions, we're going to post this, put them in the chat, put them in the information, and we will absolutely be there for you. And
Definitely.
Debbie's from Turn the Page LLC, and I'm from Tutor Doctor North Jersey. And we look forward to, if you have information and topics you want to talk about, share with us.
Absolutely.